Welcome to Black Health Matters. I'm your host, Daly-Mack. I'm a registered nurse and a community health advocate. It's Black History Month. Although I celebrate Black excellence every day, and I hope you do too, I would like to do something different in today's podcast. Instead of talking about diseases and how the system in this country has failed us when it comes to healthcare, I want to share information about how our people excelled in the health professions. The first person I'd like to bring to your attention today is Rebecca Lee Crumpler. In 1864, after years as a nurse, Rebecca Lee Crumpler became the first Black woman in the U.S. to receive a medical degree. She earned her merit at the New England Female Medical College in Boston, Massachusetts, where she was also the school's first Black graduate. Dr. Crumpler focused on caring for women and children and later provided medical care for freed slaves in Richmond, Virginia. In 1983, Dr. Daniel Hale Williams became the first surgeon to perform open heart surgery on a human. He founded the Provident Hospital and Training School for Nurses, now Provident Hospital, the nation's first Black owned interracial hospital. Dr. Williams also co founded a National Medical Association, a professional organization for Black medical practitioners. Helen Dickens. Dr. Dickens, the only Black woman in her graduating class, earned her medical degree in 1934 from the University of Illinois in Chicago. She was the first Black woman to receive board certification in obstetrics and gynecology, and later became the first Black woman admitted as a fellow of the American College of Surgeons. Dr. William Hinton. He graduated from Harvard Medical School in 1912 and became a world renowned expert in the diagnosis and care of syphilis. He developed the Hinton test, endorsed by the U.S. Public Health Service to check for syphilis. Dr. Hinton was also the first African American professor at Harvard University. Jane Cook Wright, who was also known as Jane Jones, she was the pioneering cancer researcher and surgeon noted for her contributions to chemotherapy. In particular, she's credited with developing the technique of using human tissue culture rather than laboratory mice to test the effects of potential drugs on cancer cells. She also pioneered the use of methotrexate to treat breast cancer and skin cancer. Now, Dr. Wright was a chip off the old block. Her father, Lewis T. Wright, was one of the first African American graduates from Harvard Medical School. He was the first African American doctor at a public hospital in New York City. During his 30 years working at the Harlem Hospital, he founded and directed the Harlem Hospital Cancer Research Foundation. It gets better, y'all. Lewis T. Wright's biological father, Dr. Sia Ketchum Wright, was born into slavery, but graduated from medical school before dying when Lewis T. Wright was 4 years old. Wow. Don't let anybody tell you what we can't accomplish. And remember when we discussed blood banks last month, and I shared with you that it was a Black doctor, Dr. Charles Drew, who created the blood banking system as we now know it for the American Red Cross in 1941? Let me segue into reminding you that the sickle cell blood drive is scheduled for Friday, February 23rd from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Gaston Community Center, which is located at 224 Craig Street in Gaston. It is the former EMS building directly across the street from Gaston Town Hall. If you would like to donate, please go to redcrossblood.org to schedule your donation. If you're not able to go online and do that, call me at 252 532 6272, and I will put you on the schedule. And this is going to be a blood drive like no other. We're going to have food, music, and community partners there with information about local resources. All of the remarkable individuals that I listed earlier have left lasting legacies. They shaped the field of medicine and improving patient care. It's amazing how we have a hard time accessing it, considering it was our people that played a good part in making it the great system that it could be. And the reason that they all did it was because Black health matters.